What's doing? Welcome back. Got a Hilux key here. Let's go see what's new we can do to these N80 Hiluxes. It's cool. Let's get into it. So we have Michael's N80 here. It has F55 plus 30s, front mount, exhaust, snorkel. We'll have a look around, give you a tour of the car first. So I've got a hard pipe kit. We have Psycho airbox, which is awesome. We've modified it to suit the F55, gated turbo, 3-inch exhaust, and plus 30s. So it's yeah, got some spicy stuff on there to make it go, but we've also added, you can't see down here, it's a stroker pump, and we've had to add a faster pump to feed that as well, because we're pushing this thing a little bit harder than normal. Michael came into us here, one of these things, which is now no longer wired in. The button's still here, but we've ditched the old wiring harness, ditched the module, and now we have multi-mapping available on the factory ECU. So currently map 1, we have map 2, map 3, and map 4, all on factory ECU. Now, you might say, oh, we can just run that, you know, we run the cube. Well, the cube is just manipulating factory, you know, data. It's not actually different maps, it's just manipulating signals. This is 4 different, completely different maps, different boosts, different fuels, different timing, airing is different, and you can just adjust it on the fly. Have 4 different maps, super easy, way more reliable, no wiring, it's just all in the factory ECU. So a massive thank you to Michael for letting me have this car for a little while. Probably could have done my own car, but between needing it for everything else and this is probably a really good worst case scenario, I guess, because if we've done plus 30s, F55, you know, it's not just a factory car. This is the worst case scenario we could possibly do it on, and we can, you know, backtrack it a lot easier onto a factory car, or one with just plus 30s, or one with, you know, just a different size turbo, G300 or something like that. So yeah, let's go inside. I'll go back to the dyno. I've got the sheet up there, what it's got, and we've got the 4 different modes, and you can have, yeah, this is completely adjustable. It's not just a slam it out, just here's a map, because this one is not a standard car, far from it. So if you have something that is standard, we can adjust to that, or if you have something like this that's wild, we can go all the way through as well. So this is the dyno sheet. I've got a different colour dyno at the moment because this is actually a Saturday, but I thought I'd come in and while it's a bit quieter, I can show you what we've got going on. So we have 4 different modes. We have power, everyday, stock, and eco. Eco is very eco, where we can, you know, there's not much power, not much torque in it. It's just like a valet mode, or if there's a problem with the car, we can, you know, if he needs to limp home for whatever reason, you put it in that, and it's not going to be pushing the limits of the motor. But look at here, there you go, system gain. So yeah, awesome numbers: 195 kilowatts, 600 newton meters, 177 and 530, 155 and 445, 123 and 3035. Now this is on 34-inch tyres. It is an auto, so we've done a trans tune as well. And I said it's, yeah, plus 30s, F55, 3-inch exhaust auto, but still standard intercooler. But it has got a winch, so there's not much room in behind there, but we probably do a bigger intercooler. We probably could push it a little bit harder, but it's getting up there anyway. And we don't want to adjust the turbo too much, where it's laggy it down low to make a number up top. This thing is super responsive. Like, you know, in your everyday mode, which is our green, you know, from 90 k's an hour, we're already making 150 kilowatts nearly, and it pulls up and all the way through. And same with our torque, like, you know, it's making, you know, peak torque at 90 k's an hour, pulls all the way through. So if we would have put more boost in, this would come up higher. So this would come, you know, I'm exaggerating, but this would come up here, and they'd all match. But this, you know, would be a lot less down here, and you sort of have a ramp up. We want to keep this thing drivable. Yeah, you want to keep this thing drivable, so it has good power and good torque down low everywhere, and there's no point chasing it. If we put a small tyre on, you know, put a stock tyre back on it, this thing would make 300 horsepower super easy, without even trying. It would be, yeah, and all stupid numbers. It's just the size of the tyres on this thing are quite large, and they're maxes, so they're quite heavy, so there's a lot of rotating mass at a turn, which creates lost power and torque on the dyno. But the main part of this video is not about how much power and torque this one's got, it's what we can do for you guys. So you can have a stock car, and we can give you some, it's harder on a stock car because there's not going to be lots of variations because we're limited by boost and fuel, obviously, and the way of how big we can step it. But if something like this, or if we put a G300 on, or we put plus 30s in, like in my car, I've got plus 30s and a standard turbo, we can then go and give you those big steps, and, you know, we can give you a big ultimate power number, but we can give you a nice one that's every day of the week, still safe, and we can give you an economy one, and we can give you a tow one. We give you that option to move around without having to worry about having balls to walls power all the time. So I've given Michael his dyno sheet, so he's got it all on here, so he knows what he's got. and as well as what map does what. So when he flicks through, he knows that as you start up, it's in map 1 all the time, so that's your everyday mode. I've put power mode in map 4, so then you can have, you know, away from map 1, so it's definitely power mode there. Map 3 is where we have our you know, eco mode, and then map 2 is where you have your stock mode. So depending on where you want to go and what you want to do, we can, you know, change this around anywhere you want to be and let go, and you're locked in on map 1 and you cruise around. And if you want to be an idiot for the day, just flick it up to map 4 and away you go, and it'll hold that the whole time. So yeah, it'll hold that until you reset the car, and then we go back through and start again. I don't want to say endless, but the options are endless. We can really manipulate this around anywhere you want to go. Like, not like this piggyback stuff where it's manipulating signals. This is changing the maps in the ECU, changing fuel, changing timing, changing, you know, rail pressure. Like, we're changing everything. It gets out of control with what we can change, so therefore it gives you much larger range in tune, and it's a lot safer. So if it all goes wrong, it's all in the factory ECU, it's all there, and yeah, super easy to use. It's hidden, there's not a button there for people to see what you got going on, and yeah, it's just a good thing. I'm not saying these things are bad. These things just, you know, they're wired in. As you're just patching in wires. You know, if someone has someone connected it properly, are they in the wrong wires, are they touching other things, are they twisted and taped? There's lots of variables, and then you just got an external unit that can fail. This brand's pretty good usually. ECU shop I do like to use, they're very good. There are other ones out there that I have used that have caused grief, that I've done stories on before, and a Ranger where it was causing the car to throw all sorts of weird engine lights and do sorts of weird things, and actually blew the motor. They put a new motor in it, left it in there, and it was causing more grief, so we ripped it out, drove it, and it's fine. So there are brands out there I wouldn't be using. So this gets rid of that option. You don't have to worry about that. We can keep it all in factory. Same as our Land Cruiser stuff, it's just come down to the N80s now. So the next video on this, I dare say, will be in my car, where we show, you know, a car with just plus 30s, can show you the different gains and what we can do in the 4 different maps. And I think for me it's gonna be great, because at the moment it does great. Like, it can tow 10 litres per 100, it drives around town perfect, pretty much 10 litres per 100 around town as well. If we're on the highway, it's about 8 litres per 100. But if I can go into an eco mode or go into a full balls to the wall mode, it gives me options to be an idiot or cruise around and save some fuel. That's the main point of it all. So I've got customers that will drive every day for work, and then, or they're towing, they're driving between here and Sydney, so it just gives them options that if they want to be up the beach and be an idiot, they can have heaps of power, or if they want to be, you know, cruising and, you know, in low fuel economy as much as they can, get it cheap as and run on an oily rag, we can do that. Or, you know, you want to have an everyday mode, just leave an everyday mode and drive it. It's still great results. It drives way better than your stock would ever would. So yeah, it just gives you options, and it gives us, for us, it gives us more options to give you more options, where instead of having just a 300 horsepower product, we can give you, you know, 200 horsepower, 250 horsepower, 270 horsepower, and 300 horsepower. So you can get those different ranges to get you better fuel economy, different driving styles, and all that sort of stuff. So that's what it's there for, is just give you options. Now, if this sounds like something you want to do, by all means give us a call, 54914626. You want to have any questions, drop in the comments below, and I'll answer as many questions in there as I can. It's not just me stopping at the Hiluxes, we're going to go into a lot more, so we'll keep pushing and going through. But yes, Land Cruiser we're doing, 200 series we're doing, 79 we're doing, Hilux is the next one, and we won't be stopping there. We'll be going for everything we can, and try and get multi-mapping on the world, so we can give you guys options in different things. And yeah, it just, like I said, mainly just helps us give you a better tuning package, where we can say, hey, you know, here's X amount of horsepower, but we can also give you back to stock. So if you want to drive around stock for whatever reason, because no one wants to drive stock, but if you want to drive around stock, you can. It gives you that fuel economy option there. So that's it. So just go, if you have multi-map stuff at the moment where you can change maps between like an ECU shop or one of those sort of things, we can rip that out and just do factory ECU tuning and give you 4 tunes. If you have a factory car, we can give you 4 tunes. If you have, you know, a balls to the wall thing where you have big injectors, big turbo, all the gear, no dramas, we can do that as well. If it's a gated turbo, it's a VNT turbo, no problems, we can do it all. We do prefer, obviously, to try and use something like a G Turbo G300 for the VNT, so you can get that low end and the top end, but otherwise, yeah, unlimited options we can give you. Just give us a call, 54914626. Drop us a comment down below, head over to our website, all the information on there. I'll do multi-mapping tuning costs on there. I'll drop a link in the description. So if that's interested for you, let us know. I'll try and get as many cars on here as I can, try and answer as many questions as I can. But otherwise, that's it for today. We have multi-mapping on a Hilux, 4 tunes, endless options, super, super cool. But that's it for this one. I'm gonna go do some cool stuff at home, I guess, and I'll edit this video and I'll talk to you in the next one. But hit that like, hit subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.